Ivory Coast has been in the news recently of rumors that his government has been overthrown and then even he has been killed. But the Ivorian government has also come to debunk these claims, saying that, oh, it is not true that this man is dead, but he is still alive. But people are saying, people on social media jumped on this news, baby, I helter skelter, and then people want to know that indeed if this man is alive, he should come and then show his face. He should do something, hold a press conference, or let the people feel his presence and know that indeed he is alive. Now, people are saying that this is linked to Captain Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, that he is the one that is inspiring this coup all over Africa. I have my colleague here, Chris. Chris, over to you. I have world leaders, African presidents here. What do you have to say about them?
Yes, just as you said, the coup that people speculated that happened in Ivory Coast, people linked it to Ibrahim Traore. Yes. And we have all these African leaders here. People are saying, if indeed the coup in Ivory Coast is true, then the same thing should be replicated in Togo, in Cameroon, and then Uganda. Mind you, all these African leaders that we have here, they've been in power from over 15 to 30 years, some even 40 years, up to 50 years. Yes, so this tells us that they've been in power for too long, and people are tired of their rule, people are tired of how they do their things, and they wish that they step down, or something like what happened in Burkina Faso
should happen
in these other countries. Now we have Ivory Coast here, we have Cameroon here, we have Togo here, we have Uganda here, and they are saying that all these coups that they wish will happen in these other countries are all inspired by Burkina Faso's Ibrahim Traore. Now, let's go into these four presidents that we have here and why people think they should be taken out of office.
Right.
Yes, so now we have Alassane Ouattara here, and his date of birth, 1st January 1942. His inception of power is 2010 till date. Now, why people are so much interested in Ivory Coast coup is that this man has been in power for 3 terms now.
Okay.
So in Ivory Coast, the terms are 5 years, 5 years.
Okay.
So for 3 terms, he's been in power for 15 years.
Okay.
Now, he was in power, he came to power with a different political party.
Okay.
After the first 2 terms, he changed the constitution.
Why? Is he a chameleon?
No. So he changed the constitution to suit him, so that he can move from another party and come in for re-election.
So is he not being smart as a person who wants to entrench leadership? He's been a dictator, because for somebody who has been in power for a number of years, 2 terms, and now it is your time to move out of office, and you say, I want to join a different party and then readdress the constitution to suit myself.
Yes, so this is Africa. So after the first 2 terms, he manipulated the constitution in such a way that he can come in for re-election, and he won power. So for that was for the 3rd term.
Okay.
Now, Ivory Coast is about to have another election.
Okay.
And this same man is trying to go in for a 4th term, and that is what people are trying their best to avoid. So now the modus to power, how he came into power was through elections.
Okay.
And then he's been in power for 15 years.
Okay.
And then his political mantra is oppressive rule. So now people are trying their best in Ivory Coast to not allow Alassane Ouattara to go in or to run for presidency again. That is why we had a riot in Ivory Coast early this week. So that is about Alassane Ouattara. We'll talk
before we move on to other matters, our viewers, I want you to leave your comments in the comment section. This is Pinaxtv. Now, please, why do you think people want him out of office?
Yes, so he succeeded Laurent Gbagbo.
Okay.
And what Laurent Gbagbo did, he also wanted to go for extra terms, and he preached against it.
Okay.
He preached against the fact that you can't go for a 3rd term. But here we have Alassane Ouattara doing the same thing that Laurent Gbagbo did.
All right.
Do you understand?
Okay.
Yes. So that is why they are preventing him.
Let's move on to the next one.
So we'll go to the next one. We have Cameroon's Biya.
Okay.
His date of birth, 13th February 1933. inception of power, 1982 to date.
Okay.
And this was through a succession.
It wasn't through an election?
No, it wasn't through an election.
Please explain to our viewers what you mean by
so
election.
With Paul Biya's election coming into power, Ahmadu Ahijo in 1982,
okay,
he announced his resignation, and then, but in the constitution, he elected Paul Biya to succeed him.
Okay.
When he's no more.
Okay.
Yes, and it was something that they agreed on.
Mm.
Yes, constitutionally. So Paul Biya succeeded Ahijo in 1982.
Okay.
And then he succeeded Ahijo.
And then became the president.
Then, so he has been in power for 43 years.
That is a lot.
Yes, 91 years old.
Mm.
91 years old, and he's been in power for 43 years.
And he's still the president of Cameroon.
He's still the president.
That is why people are saying that there's a possibility that what happened in Burkina Faso can happen in other African states.
Yes, exactly.
How true is that?
Well, you see, his political mantra, he's a bit of autocratic. Do you understand? So people don't really like this system of rule.
Sure.
So that is Paul Biya. And people think if the coup in Ivory Coast is true, same thing should happen here in Cameroon. Now, let's come to Uganda's Museveni. His date of birth, 15 September 1944. Then his own has been 1980 to date. So in 1980, they held an election.
Okay.
So this man was against Idi Amin's rule.
Okay.
The old Idi Amin. Okay. He was against Idi Amin's rule. They fought together to get him out of power. 1980, they held an election, and Museveni won. Okay. When he won, there was some kind of rigging. Okay. People felt the election was not fair and all that. So the opposition leader, who is Milton Obote, Milton wasn't agreeing to the election results. Okay. So they had to have this kind of, Museveni tried to reunite them, put them together so they can rule together. The same thing happened in Ivory Coast in 2010. Okay. When Laurent Gbagbo and then Alassane Ouattara, they ruled together for some time until they captured Laurent Gbagbo's arrest. That is when Alassane Ouattara ruled full control over the country. The same thing happened in Uganda from 1980 to 1986. 1980 to 1986. That is when they fought the Kampala Union War. Okay. After that war, they sworn in Museveni as the president of Uganda. And he has ruled from that time till date.
A maximum of 39 years.
39 years he's been in power. So this is Museveni. Then we go to the most talked about.
Okay.
The most talked about is Togo's Faure Gnassingbé. Right. His date of birth, June 6, 1966. Inception of power, 2005 to 2025. Now, this is what happened. With Gnassingbé, his father is Gnassingbé. So, in 2005, he died. When he was yes, his father died, and he succeeded his father. Okay. So that is why we have modus to power patrilineal. So he succeeded his father. So the next, a day before his father's death, this is what happened. You see the parliament, the person who was supposed to succeed his father, okay, they dismissed him. Do you understand? Okay. So in Ghana, we say maybe the Speaker of Parliament,
President, or maybe the Speaker of
that time. It was the Speaker that was supposed to
succeed
in the absence of the president. Okay. So they dismissed him, okay, and with some kind of help from the military, they sworn in his son, okay, Iyadema's son, as the president. So he succeeded his father patrilineal, and he's been in power for 20 years.
And his father ruled for 40 years.
Of course.
So why is it that African leaders do not want or to give opportunity to other people to become also leaders?
Power is sweet. If I tell you, all the three people who would have been able to succeed Alassane Ouattara, okay, after his second term, three people, they all died.
Mysteriously,
they all died. People felt like, okay, it was a succession kind of a thing. The RDR party, if you are not there, I mean, your term is over, this person should succeed you. That person, 3 of them, they all died. Do you understand? So, I mean, power is sweet in Africa here. So he succeeded his father, and he has ruled. He has been in power for 20 years.
Yes. And he's still ruling.
He's still ruling. And his political mantra is dynastic.
Okay.
He's trying to say the way he's uniting Togo, the way he's ruling Togo, it's because of the fact that the power was from his father, it was given to him, and that is why he's been able to unite Togo like that. Now, mind you, Faure Gnassingbé, now, if we should talk about him, he's now the president of the Council of Ministers. This is why people want the same thing that happened in Burkina Faso to happen in Togo. This is a position that makes you, let's say, the president indefinitely. Indefinitely.
Meaning nothing can be done in time to take you out of office.
No. So now in their constitution, there is nothing like presidential election. The only election that they have is parliamentary. And even the parliamentary, their party is always having the majority. About the 113 seats in Togo, they are always winning 108 out of them.
Wow.
Yes, so you can see the kind of majority that they are having.
Massive.
So anything that they send to the parliament, they will agree to it. So now he has been sworn in as the president of the Council of Ministers. So this gives him the power to rule for
indefinitely.
Yes.
Okay, now how does this, or how would this new information of he becoming the president of ministers, Council of Ministers, how would it affect the ordinary person of, let's say, Côte d'Ivoire?
So the ordinary person of Togo. So now you see, you don't have the right to choose who leads the country. Do you understand? You only have the right to choose who, I mean, just as it happened in Ghana, NPP, NDC, that now the NDC is having the majority in parliament. You only have the right to choose who leads you in government, not who leads you as a president. So this is one of the effects that is having on the ordinary Togolese.
That is to say that the democracy of the ordinary people have been taken.
It has been taken from them.
All right, now let's look at this on a very large scale. Internationally, how is this going to portray as an image to the people of, let's say, partners, business partners, or other people that the country of Togo would have, let's say, trade relations with?
So you see, some of the trade relations, mostly it favors the Westerners.
Okay.
Do you understand? That is why some people think, no, I mean, if you rule for too long and there is some kind of a reserve that, or let's say some kind of minerals that a particular country is picking out from your country, it will be there for a number of years. That, I mean, it will take years for people to be able to, I mean, revert all those kind of trade relationships that you have. So if that kind of agreement is going against Togo, it will be maintained as long as that president is still in power.
Wow. So far as it favors the president and his people and his entourage, and then it favors the Westerners, that means that it is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, now let's go back. Let's go back to President Ibrahim Traore. He is very young, a youthful president, people will say. Now, let's look at the ages of all these leaders here. Would you think age is one of the factors that is probably inspiring other people to also commit a replication of what is happening in Burkina in the other African countries?
Yes. I mean, look at Cameroon's president. Cameroon's president is 91 years old.
Okay.
So you can imagine, as a 91-year-old, how best can he, I mean, put proper measures in place? He went for a summit and he was off guard. I mean, he was asking where he is, who are these people in front of me, and who is the most important person in this current room other than him.
Is it not an indication that probably he is suffering from dementia?
This is a UN summit. And this man was there and was asking all these questions. So you see, even in public like this, How does he have, I mean, the
how does he represent himself?
Yes, the strength and the kind of mind to think for the country. So yes, I mean, age is a very big factor why people think, I mean, you can't rule for that long.
Not at all. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't
be.
Yeah,
so age is also a factor.
All right, now let's look at President Ibrahim Traore, who came into power through military coup. Now, people are saying that what he has started doing in his country, Burkina Faso, looking at the fact that they were ruled by the French. These are also French colonies, same as these French colonies. So what is the link between these?
Yeah, so you see, these are, just as you said, these are French colonies. And whatever that happens here in Burkina Faso with the French people, that is not good. Mind you, the same thing is happening in Ivory Coast, the same thing is happening in Togo. Ivory Coast President Alassane Ouattara, he's done marvelously well.
Okay.
He's done a very good job in Burkina. But you can't go for 2 terms and then a 3rd term.
Okay.
So
he's done a very good job in Ivory Coast.
Yes. Now, Burkina, Ivory Coast, and Togo, they are all French colonies. So anything bad that is happening in Burkina Faso, you can imagine the same thing is happening in Ivory Coast and then Togo. So once there was this kind of rumor that there is coup in Ivory Coast, people felt like, okay, then the next should be Togo, which is also a French colonist.
All right, so viewers, please share your views with us. This is Pinaxtv. Before we sign out, I want to ask this very last question, that in relation to how people are saying that they want to see the presence of the Ivory Coast president, he should have a press conference or show his face so that people will know that indeed he is alive. Do you agree to that?
Of course I do. They came out to say he held the cabinet meeting, which wasn't even shown on TV.
Sure.
Yes, but now these rumors are there. Now we expect the president to step out, even speak on TV, let us know that, I mean, debunk all those rules and let us know that, yes, it is not true that there is some kind of a coup. Because now people are saying he's dead, he's been captured, and all that.
And then his government has been
overthrown. So yes, if he's bold enough, he should step out, come to the people. I mean, he should walk. I mean, he should come out and let the people see that, yes, our president is still at post and we can rest.
Lovely audience and viewers, we really appreciate your viewership, and then we really appreciate your engagement with what we do here at Pinaxtv. We will follow a lot of this, and then whatever information that emanates from it, we will definitely share with you.